So here comes Terry. So,
Wow.
hello, you lived into total stillness last time. That is
Oh,
means what? It means simple. Mind is the cause of the problem. Mind is the cause of the solution.
mm,
Basically, we have, fundamentally, we say the entire Eastern wisdom has two main paths to reach to real self. The first one we can say, you say that I do not know. So I do not know you, say for Brandy. I do not know Brandy. So I'm ignorant about her. So I gain the knowledge about her and I know her. Done. So I don't need to practice. I don't need to practice. So this needs to be clearly understood. So when we do not understand this, then we say, oh, what should I do? How should I do? Then there comes a problem. So the first part is that I do not know your address. Say, for example, now what asana practice, what breathing practice, what mantra practice, what mudra practice helps me to know your address? None. It will not help me. And the second part, that when I do not understand, even after listening weeks after weeks and weeks and weeks, huh, here comes the Kate. So when I do not understand weeks after weeks and listening and learning, then the second part comes. Why I do not understand? Why I do not understand? As a teacher, do I give favor to one to understand and others do not understand? Teacher is only one. So it means it is the mind is crazy inside, it is confused, it has a misunderstanding. So this misunderstanding, this delusion, this stress, this anxiety and fear in the mind, I have to remove that. To remove that, asana, pranayama, mantra, mudra, and I have found out there are 52 groups of practices. So there are 52 groups of practices, and every group of practices has thousands. Take one group is mantra. So we have more than 200,000 mantras. But we get lost into these practices. Why? Because we do not understand it clearly. So when you do not understand it clearly, then there comes a problem. So after understanding these two main paths, there are others, but for the sake of understanding. So now you see that one path is the knowledge. The teacher teaches. Are you a seeker? You will understand it. If you are not a seeker, go down, do all the practices of asana, pranayama, but consciously, with wisdom, with clarity. So when you do these practices with the clarity and the wisdom, then the journey of the self-discovery continues. Otherwise, we start demonstrating. Look at the head stain pose. I can stay there for an hour. What do you get? Some recognition. Not only you boost your ego, and you boost the ego of others also. I will also do like you. So you fall back into delusion. Why I am saying this all this on Saturdays? Because the teacher from this text says only knowledge, understanding is required. So whether I say knowledge, understanding means clarity. What is clarity? Have you ever thought of it? No, no, I'm clear. When I talk to, no, no, I host a lot of groups. No, no, I have understood it. Next day they say, fire alarm from the fire station disturbed my meditation when I was doing your meditation. What did you understand? What is your understanding? So that is why not only we have to stick to these principles, but also we have to continue the practices until we reach to the highest level of a seeker, and then there is no problem. There is, women are always beautiful. So young, beautiful women from Europe, I give her some private lessons every week. She is disturbed by the noise from the kids playing football just outside her house. And during the last 6, 7 months, she goes ups and downs. She enters into a deeper depression. What understanding you have? What do you mean by understanding? We never think about it. Why we are very busy in accumulating stress and anxiety and conflict from the social personal life. We are very busy. Remain busy. Remain in stress. So you see that is to be understood. So coming back to knowing, knowledge, understanding, clarity, what exactly is this? So sometimes when I talk, people nod their head in a much bigger way. I have 100% understood, and the next day they have a problem. What is this? So coming back to understanding. Understanding means classifying. That is one meaning here, and that I'm using that meaning. Classifying. What is classifying? What is my goal? I want to find out my real self. Classifying. Neighbor's house, my house. I classified. See that? Neighbor's house, my house. That is understanding. So I say, no, I have understood it. And after that, the mind takes over me. The instinctual, habitual, impulsive mind takes over me. And then I fall back into the stress. It will not work. It will not work, my friends. Then all the blame goes to this beard guy. I know he only talks. Come on, if I'm talking, understand it. So, did you understand? Understanding is classifying. So, once I separated neighbor's house, my house, that knowledge will not disappear from my intellect. Will it disappear? Tell me. No, it will never. You buy a car, there is my car, classified from the rest of the cars. Where I'm taking you. That understanding means, do I know 24 by 7 that peace, I love peace, peace is my nature? Classifying. See that? Huh? Understanding. No, I was in peace yesterday and today I have a lot of stress. You are responsible for it. Did I classify? No. Did I understand? No. Did I gain the knowledge? No. So it takes you a little bit at a higher level. Astavakra Gita is demands, do you understand? Do you have a clarity? Do I love anxiety? Do I have a clarity? No. Why should I think about it? Do I love fear? Why should I think about it? I should understand exact fear, and this fear comes from the world outside. This fear, insecurity, comes from outside. How it comes out? By association. Where is association? Are you understanding? Association. Association means what? What? It means I give a value to an object or a person or a thing. Our beautiful girl gave a value to Missouri, not misery. That's why she moved from Phoenix to his value. So now, if I give value that it deserves, wonderful. There is no attachment, there is no clinging, there is no fear. You are free from fear. So again, it needs an understanding. Neighbor's house is mine. So I have given a value of me and mine to the neighbor's house. Then there is a problem. We need only an understanding. The moment you understand this, you are in that state of meditation. What is that state? Highest state. Peace is my nature, happiness, love, wisdom, everything is my nature. We need to understand that. In our profession, now we have a lot of teachers here, like me. So a lot of teachers claim that, no, what lies in understanding the principle? Practice makes the difference, but practice without understanding does not make any difference in the Eastern West. So coming back, association, whether you say association, link, now I have to analyze what value I have given to the object and a person outside, including honey, Ashok, including honey. What value? If you give little more value, what will happen? Then it does not deserve. What happens? Fear, insecurity, anxiety, stress, pain, suffering. How you express? I have done everything for you, but you never loved me. See, that is our expression. Understanding is required. Astavakra, this great master says, do you understand? Are you aware? Finished. Now go continue the journey. You are associated. You have given more value than anything deserves outside. Then what happens? This is known as delusion. This is known as illusion. This is known as passion. This is known as what? This is known as wrong perception. And wrong perception, illusion, and delusion causes suffering in your life. So I have given you the foundation, and now understand this verse. Maya matramam idam vishwam pashyana vigat kautukah api sannihite mrityo katham trasyati dhiradhi trasyati. I realize that my room has a value, so I have given it is a value, not more than that. Right? I have given a value to the monitor. I have given a value to you all. I love you, I care you as a seeker. But if I am attached, so I continue to live in the delusion. So entire universe outside, when I gave more value than it deserves, causes the delusion, wrong perception, causes suffering. How it causes the suffering? How it causes the suffering? Clarity. I need a clarity and understanding. I need a clarity. When I give more value to any object and a thing, my mind depends on that object and a person. But what is the fact and reality? I have an independent existence. I'm bringing something more. No, I will not say too much, otherwise Brandy will say that he's always talking about me. He's so much focused on me. So you see that? Understand that. Value, I must analyze, I must understand, I must think. The moment you have a clarity word, yes. I have written yesterday, I was writing one book. I wrote for 5 hours and finished. Mind is free. I like the food was offered to me, finished. And if it is not finished, oh, today's is wonderful. Can you repeat this? Why should I repeat this? So you remain free, dissociated, dispassion, absence of delusion, no wrong perception, so no fear, no insecurity in your life. And if it is, then we live at a lower level of self-awareness. Who lives at the low level of self-awareness? Animals are programmed. Can I be grateful to the existence that I can be independent of the nature outside? I was given this intellect to make a choice. No animals are given a choice. Master is saying that now, every day, I see the world outside. I love you. I make my mind alert. Delusion. I express my love to you. Realization. Did you see the difference of clarity, understanding? Are you understanding that? I express my peace to you. What I'm doing? The inner peace I'm pouring out to you. That is all. Nothing more, nothing less than that. But now, when you fall back into delusion, okay, it doesn't love me. Now, see, problem comes. So I have given added value, even if Kate is wonderful. So let me appreciate she is wonderful. It means I'm expressing my peace and happiness to her. Do you see? This kind of an understanding is required to settle into meditation once and forever. So now you are not giving any value. Two things. You are giving the right value it deserves in the world. Can I stitch a cloth by Caesar? I'm giving wrong value to a Caesar. I need a needle. Do you see? Do you see that? Once you see that, once your intellect lives into that, it takes over the mind, removes all the confusion. You live into that state. Look at the last verse this week, and then we will go to Nishpraham Manasam Yasya Nirashepi Mahatmanah Tasyatam Tasyatma Atma Jnanam Traptasya Tulana Kena Jayate. Now see that now this wrong perception from the mind. Same, I'm giving again and again the same example. Neighbor's house, my house. Clarity. Did you pick up the word clarity? Understanding. How I understood? Classifying. Not mine. Neighbors, mine. Understand? Classifying. So once I live into that state, how? I am giving adequate value that it deserves. The world of people, objects, things. You see, inviting people. She will, when she listens to this video, she will understand that. But I can say, uh, she has done too much favor to me when I moved to Arizona. So, so whenever I celebrate any event, I have already invited you all. So whenever I celebrate an event, first thing that I ask her, where's the problem? What is the problem? No, I'm doing it. So I always ask. I see that, can I see her preference? I give her options. She chooses her preference and I decide it. Is there any problem? But you should not be attached. But sometimes I'm very tough on her. She accepts that. Very tough. No, I'm not listening to you. Giving value. So now understand, when I am not in a delusion with a wrong perception in the world from moment to moment, what happens? This is what the master says. What he says, Nishpraham. Then don't you see that there is a contentment inside? That is the first meaning. And does not hanker, that person, that meditator, that seeker does not hanker. He finds his self-fulfillment here and now, just by understanding. Just by understanding clarity, the fear is gone, insecurity is gone, anxiety is gone, the stress is gone. Why it has gone? Why it has gone? The last point, and then we will. Why it has gone? People build, a big ego. You see, I have been suffering from this problem. You can say depression for the last 20 years. I have gone to 50 doctors and they could not recognize my problem. Have you seen those people? And we get convinced by them. Yes, yes. Continue, carry the burden of your problem on your shoulder. So that problem, I have already explained you. Association, giving more value than it deserves outside. Don't give more value. Yesterday, I was talking to another friend of mine, and so I did not talk about these principles, but I told him, give value it deserves and live your life. Fear is inside you, fear is not outside you. Insecurity is inside you, insecurity is not outside. So this master, what he says, when you remove that wrong perception, and when you remove all these delusion and the illusion from the mind, you have already awakened. You have realized. You are self-content. Move into the world. Work. Work and work. Don't leave work. No disappointment is there. Satisfaction in myself. That is the point. That is the point I want to cover. Are you satisfied by yourself? Oh, what a great pasta. I am very much satisfied. Now you have created an impression habit unconsciously. It will make a habit. Because of that habit, tiger, even in the green Himalayan terrain, they search for flesh. They don't search for, they have a food available. Fruits are there. But animals are okay. No, they are okay. Okay, then I should also continue. Continue. Then you will have an insecurity and anxiety in the field. I believe you all are seekers, you are getting it. So there is no question of disappointment. Say, for example, one of you say, no, today my meditation failed. Oh, you failed. What it has to do with me? But I gave it enough value why you failed. Let me explain to you. That much I will do it. Yesterday I was giving that session, and that guy, very wise, intelligent, he said during the meditation from the fire station, which is nearby my house in Princeton, and that fire alarm started blowing and it disturbed my meditation. Unconsciously, I gave more value there. No disappointment. You cry, continue crying. You are laughing, continue laughing. What it has to do with me? Neighbor's house, my house. I started with that. Classifying, understanding. Classifying means separating. This is not me. This is me. You're there. Mind is not me. So all the contents of anxiety, depression, duality, conflict is not me. I'm real self. I am real self. With that note, we will start our practice of meditation. Close your